in the last 72 hours, I've been looking all over for August. I know she left with somebody, but I don't know his actual name. A lot of people have pseudo names or whatever you call it around here. So, you know, she left with him. I talked to him before, you know, trying to assess if he's a good guy, but I can't find him. So I was told that he went to this he got a hotel from the organizations and stuff like that. So I went there, but because I didn't have his real name, I couldn't find him in there. I knew some other people in the hotel, so I talked to them. They haven't seen her. Every morning, night, afternoon, I go looking for her around. This is, she likes this marsh. So I came down here. I'm on my way somewhere else to look. Just worries me, and I've written her letters. We've talked about this. I wish that she'd let me know, you know. But you know, she is an adult, but it's just hard with the trauma that I know she's been through, and anything could happen anywhere. I mean, in this marsh, 2 people were murdered in the last 2 months. So I don't, though it's beautiful, I don't really like it down here. I don't like her being down here, but the park isn't necessarily any better. So in many ways as well. So it was a rainy day yesterday. My whole tent's wet. I did have a tarp because of my last rain experience, which I'll share with you later. I thought the tarp would work really well, but lo and behold, it's wet also all over inside my tent. My bedding is wet, floor's wet. It takes me about 2 hours just to warm up my limbs before I can even sleep. So, but last night it was cold on top of it, it was wet, and so, I mean, it took me 4 hours just to get a level of warmth where I can sleep. But then my neighbor's talking incessantly all night. I will also talk about that in a future video, but he's got multiple personalities, and 2 of them are angry and violent. So it's just something to be aware of. I mean, he's been good to me so far. So anyways, I'm very tired. I didn't sleep all night. My battery's about to die. I have an appointment to meet with these organizations to try to get her into a hotel, but obviously she has to show up. She has to be there. I've just been working around the clock to try to help her, because I'm not gonna be here forever. I'm gonna leave at some point, possibly soon, because I do believe that they're closing the park down. So and if I separate from her, like even just now, if she just doesn't come back, like there's no email that she has, there's no phone number that she has. The only thing I can do is trail her through the people that she knows that I now know. And that's that in prayer, you know. And so it's just hard, because I know that she like some people, okay, so she takes some drugs or things like that, we can judge that, right? We can judge that all day long. But she's got these mental challenges too that are just, I mean, she was fine when I knew her in the past. Like, she was really just fine. Like, you would know that she was a little herself. Like, you'd just be like, oh, that's her, that's August being August, right? You wouldn't like be like, oh, this is a major like schizophrenia, anything like that, right? This is just little things, right? You think that she's just gonna have a life like anybody else, but with the trauma, the hardness of this life of survival, and the drugs is exacerbating it, it's just been this cocktail, right? But I think the trauma and the mental has gotten worse and worse and worse because of the trauma. So how can we just throw somebody away like that, right? How can we just say, oh, you know, how can we pass them off as less than human, which I will talk about that a lot, because that is something that's so paramount when you are homeless, and it's disgusting, it's terrible. But you know, how can there's a lot of people, you watching, I could guess that at least there is someone in your life that is touched by mental illness, whether that's just a depression and they're just taking Prozac, or like heavy manic depression, or bipolar, or schizophrenia, or, you know, BPD, whatever, borderline personality, whatever it is. And I could guess that you are touched by somebody in your life also that has an addiction problem, whether that be prescription addiction, whether that be even food addiction, you know, that's leading them towards diabetes or heart attack. I mean, we all have our challenges. We can't just pass each other off and treat each other, judge each other to the ground, right? Especially if you're Christian. I mean, that's not what Christ did. So anyway, there will be more on that later. Like I said, my battery's dying, so I just wanted to give you a quick update. I am so tired, physically, mentally, emotionally, just in every way. But I'm trying to keep myself together for her and for myself. This is my way out, and I am very committed to it, but you know, given the circumstances, this is taking precedence. And so thank you so much for those of you who are cognizant of her and thinking of her and sending her well wishes and praying for her, because that's kind of sometimes all we can do. And I have been through this emotional roller coaster. I'm starting to stabilize with it, but you know, a week ago I was just a complete mess, because I can't leave her behind. I don't want her left here, and I want the organizations to do something, and I don't feel like they are, at least efficiently. But I am meeting with them in about 15 minutes, so I'm trying to keep myself cool, because I am frustrated. I'm very frustrated with the way that they've handled it as well, and they want to blame it on her, and it's crazy. It's crazy to blame it on her. Their process is inefficient, and yes, she might flake on the appointment, which, okay, then blame it on her, right? It's not that easy. So anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for supporting me. Please like and comment and share. I am going to try to start doing a video a day. So, but, you know, be patient. Thank you.